Hello there. You have found my Friday night pickup video, and more likely than not, it will be up sometime Friday morning because I'm not taking any chances this time. I had so many problems with my last Friday pickup video and then Top 3 Tuesday getting up a day late. I'm actually going to put it up Thursday night, and hopefully it'll be up sometime early Friday morning. But it'll be Friday night somewhere, eventually. So, yeah, here we go. Friday night pickup video. What do I have for you? I have a package from a great YouTuber. I have something I'm going to do that is very stupid and will probably send me to the hospital. And then I have a little bit of game hunting footage. Had some issues again with my phone. This time it was this memory card right here. This memory card in my phone somehow got a corrupted file. And then the whole thing got screwed up because of that, and I lost some of the best footage. But I've still got some pretty good stuff. I have an epic vintage computer haul that you'll get to see, and I picked up a couple of games at the flea market in Hartville, Ohio, and so did my son. I'll have a little bit of footage of that. Well, not of my pickups, but of his. Yeah, I didn't really pull my camera out when I went to buy my stuff because I didn't want to run the risk that they would think that the stuff that I was buying was really valuable. So, which it wasn't, sadly. Yeah, there you go. First thing, I'm going to do a package. Here is said package. I have cut it open ahead of time so that I don't cut my finger off on camera. And this is from Classic Game Hunter. I won his something or other 100 and odd 50, I don't know, subscriber contest. And it was a random contest where he just went through and picked random things on random other things, and I won. I got another contest coming too, the Sega Stoner. I won his contest. I've been winning all kinds of contests. I didn't even really enter these contests. This one was just picked at random, and then the Sega Stoners, I was just giving him a shout out, and it won me a contest. So there you go. What do we have here? We have from Classic Game Hunter. Ah, there we go. I got a looks like maybe a busted Nintendo 64 game holder. Now, I've actually got one of these, but I've been wanting to get a hold of another one, and I just haven't seen one anywhere. So, oh, there's something else. There's always something else with you. Anyway, the main prize here. There we go. In very good condition. Now, I have actually two of them now this size, and then one that's half of this. And what I'll do is I'll put most of my loose games in these two things, and then I'll give my son the half version, and he can store his games in that. So, thank you very much, Classic Game Hunter. You helped me out, and you helped my son out. So, 2 for 1. Ah, in the bottom is a note from Classic Game Hunter, and it says, Ed, thank Matt for the N64 holder. He was going to get it, but knew shipping would be outrageous, so he chose a few games instead. Well, thank you very much. He is actually referring to Matthew. And Matthew is Rammstein fan 234. So thank you very much, Matthew. It was very nice of you to let him send it to me because shipping would be less. I wouldn't have cared. I'd have said, I won that. You're going to send it to me. So you're a much nicer guy than me. That and Classic Game Hunter's a jerk because he always sends extra stuff. Yeah, I know. Some jerk, huh? Plus, I know you like really old shit, so I threw in an extra games. CGH. Well, thank you very much. Let's see what we got here. Now, he sent me a note saying something about Frogger that I picked up for the Intellivision, so I'm going to guess that Frogger is one of these. Yep, I can see it already. There we go. Frogger for the Intellivision. This makes 2 of them? Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Yeah, complete. Very cool. In the box. And this says Frogger for the Intellivision, Tandyvision, and Sears Super Video Arcade. And I have both the Intellivision and the Sears Video Arcade, so I can play this on both of them. Cool. And then he sent me a sealed, brand new sealed copy of Madden 2006, and he signed it. Now, I don't have an Xbox, nor do I have any interest in... Well, that's not true. I do kind of have an interest in getting an Xbox, just because there's some interesting mods you can do to it. And I've been watching Big Daddy Darth's Let's Play videos, and he's been doing a lot of MAME playing on the Xbox. I don't know how that works, but I would really like to try that out. So maybe one day I will get an Xbox, but I'm not going to open this because it's sealed, and it has Classic Game Hunter's initials on it. So I'll put that right next to the Mark Gartner signed NHL 94, I think it was, somewhere up there. So, cool. Thank you very much, Classic Game Hunter. You are both an awesome guy and a jerk all at the same time for sending extra stuff. And let me throw that over there. I'm always throwing stuff. Believe it or not, the stuff that I threw last week is not down there anymore, and the stuff from the week before that isn't down there either. It is all gone. Ooh, I just saw something down there, but I'm not going to do that yet. My friend Eldon and I were at a Goodwill one day, and we didn't see anything in there. We were actually on our way to a couple of different flea markets, but we stopped off at the Goodwill to break change, I think is what we needed to do. And I didn't see anything that I wanted to buy until I saw something, which is this thing up here. And it was $1, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy that so I can break change, and then I'll have 1s and 5s for the flea market. It is a Star Trek The Next Generation banner. So for all you nerds out there, I also am a Star Trek nerd. The only lament to this is that it is a Star Trek The Next Generation banner and not a Star Trek The Original Series banner. But I like The Next Generation as well, just not as much as the original series. Yeah, that was $1. And I'm a huge nerd for both Star Trek and Star Wars, so there you go. I'm going to leave that up there for the duration of the video. The second thing I bought was after we got up to the register, my friend Eldon pointed something out to me. It was this here. This looks like an ordinary bottle of Pepsi. I have, in fact, put it into the refrigerator for the last week, or 2, or whatever it was, week, and cooled it off a little bit, although it's been sitting down here for about 2 hours, so it's getting a little warm now. It is a commemorative bottle of Pepsi for, who is it for? I don't know, I'm not into NASCAR. For Richard Petty, and it says, most poles in a career, 127. Now, I bought this thing because he said it was from like 1987, but I said that's a newer Pepsi logo. I know it's not from the 80s. I don't think that's from the 80s anyway. So I looked it up when I got home. It's from 1992. My intention was to drink this on camera, just because I thought it would be funny. I have since been informed that there could be very bad things in here, and it could actually make me very, very, very sick. So I'm going to do it anyway. Maybe. Ow, that's on there after 20 plus years. Let's see here. Shirt. We'll get it. No, shirt won't. Well, there's failure. I will probably cut here, and then I'll be back. Stupid non-twist off 1992 caps. Bottle opener. Well, that's a good sign. Now I was told that I should smell it. Oh. It does not smell good. It's actually still fizzy. Can Pepsi ferment? It doesn't taste great, but I don't think it'll. I don't think it'll kill me. Oh, whew. Let's see if I can. I don't know that I'll drink the whole thing, and I miss my mouth, but there you go. That was probably much less funny than I thought it was going to be. 20-year-old Pepsi stays sealed pretty well, apparently. Yuck. Now, on to the next bit, which I'm going to have to reset here, and then I will come back. Okay, all of that to get to me saying I'm going to show you some clips now. And what you're going to see here, I got a couple of clips from the flea market. Like I said, I didn't record anything from when I was buying stuff because I actually only bought things at 2 booths, but I looked at things at a lot of different booths. There were a lot of people there selling video games, but everybody was charging a fortune for games. Went into a booth and a guy had 5 Atari 2600 games, and because they weren't shaped like your average 2600 game, he automatically assumed they were rare and kept using the word rare, 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 rare. Didn't have them priced. There were 2 that I didn't have and I wanted to get, and I don't remember what they were offhand. But I said, well, how much do you want to sell these for? And he's like, oh, I don't know. What would you give me? And I said, I don't know. $3 a piece seems fair. And he's like, oh, no, those are rare games. You see those on eBay for 20 bucks. I'm like, whatever. You can keep them. So I didn't buy that guy's stuff. I went into one, and they like specialized in tools and gardening equipment and like crafty stuff. But my friend Eldon saw sitting in the back a little case that was holding Nintendo games. We go back there and look. They were all individually priced, and they had some pretty uncommon games, including, see, I know I'm going to forget this, Rescue Rangers 2, and something else that I can't remember off the top. Was it Panic Restaurant, I think? And then there was another one that was really uncommon that I can't remember offhand, but they had them marked at pretty much the eBay prices. And I know it was the eBay prices because they were marked with 99 on the end, because everybody for some reason has put 99 on eBay. So yeah, I didn't record any of that stuff because I was trying to get stuff for a deal. And I didn't want people thinking that I was, why am I telling you all this? I don't know. I went to a bunch of different places. I recorded a little bit of footage. Most of it is not game related. Here you go. Well, it is Memorial Day. We had to park literally a half a mile away, and this is the food court. That's Court. He came with us. My brother Jim, my friend Eldon, his wife. So my wife and Jimmy's wife are here somewhere, along with our kids, and we're going to go out and see what we can find. Lance just found a game. What'd you find, Lance? Super Paper Mario. You found it for 10 bucks?
Yep.
You know, you could have gotten it cheaper if you'd have negotiated.
So it was worth $45.
It's worth more money, yeah. It's a good deal.
There's StarCraft the board game.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. There's StarCraft the board game. Alright, I found something I want here. No doubt. That is awesome. Yeah, 125 miles a gallon. Now, in the video, you saw that Lance got Paper Mario for the Nintendo Wii. He has been playing that game and loves it. And I told him that he would really like it. He was a little bit shy, didn't want to try and negotiate with the guy. I told him he probably could have gotten it for a few dollars less. He just didn't want to do it. It used to be when he was younger, he would negotiate for just about anything. Yeah, he was a little negotiator, now not so much. I did, however, pick a few things up. I had $25 that I wanted to spend at the flea market. That was all I gave myself to spend because, like I told you, I'm poor. So I stopped at one booth, and the guy had a bunch of ColecoVision games, a bunch of Nintendo games, a bunch of Atari games, stuff everywhere. And they were really reasonable prices. I mean, not anything to write home about necessarily, but pretty good. Like, for instance, I got Ghostbusters 2 here, and he had this marked at $4, and that's a little bit less than what it normally goes for, but I did the bundling technique, and I got a boxed copy of River Raid 2. It is complete in here for the Atari 2600. And then for my ColecoVision, I got Victory from Exity, Frogger, Gorf, Time Pilot, and Congo Bongo. These were all marked, I believe, at $3 a piece or $2.50 for 2. So that is why I bought 6, even though I already had a copy of Gorf. I picked another one up to make it cheaper, which I don't know how that works, but it did. And anyway, I got all of those things that I just showed you. I got the 5 or 6 Coleco. There's a ColecoVision game missing somewhere. I don't know. I got 6 ColecoVision games, River Raid 2, and Ghostbusters 2, all for $20 even. So that gave me $5 to play with the rest of the time. And about 2 minutes to go before we left, I stopped at a little booth, and it was a guy who was, to be nice, a little bit slow. And I felt like I should buy something off of him, so I grabbed a couple of things, and I got a boxed copy of Steel Talons on the Genesis, and MASH for the Atari 2600, and I paid $3 for both of them. That was all that I got from the flea market. Now, you go away. You're not even supposed to be down here. Don't. You'll knock something over. Shoot. Go on. That is all I got at the flea market. But I did, like I said, go through and try to film a little bit of footage this week. I failed on a lot of it. Here is you stupid cat. I failed on a lot of it, like I said, because my card... You're going to knock the Pepsi over. Come on. Because my memory card decided to have an error or whatever. But here is the little bit that I did get.
This is the Cuyahoga Falls Exchange. This up here is their controller tree. I love this thing. $14 for an NES controller? You gotta be kidding me. I'm sorry, SNES controller. Just found this for $2. The prices here have really gone up. You used to be able to get SNES controllers for $2.50. This is another one of the used video game stores in Cuyahoga Falls. It is called X Games, and amazingly today he is open. Not bad, man. How you doing? Everything okay? Oh, no big deal. Go for it. Dreamcast, Genesis. The Aurora, Ohio Exchange, and I haven't found a whole lot here, so we're going to give it a shot anyway, though. Well, they don't often get boxed Genesis games. Usually everything's loose.
Do you have Xbox 360? How much are it?
Nothing terribly interesting. Wow, they just dropped a bunch of prices.
Well, my son is...
A lot of $1 and $2.50 games.
His grades are too scary.
They must have just gone through and changed it. Nope, nothing I'll be buying though. Nothing here either. Nope. Nothing I'll be going after today. I'm here with Eldon, who's trying to hide from the camera at the Goodwill in Wadsworth, and he found all kinds of stuff on this cart here. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, Nuclear Strike for the PlayStation, a couple of PlayStation bonus and demo discs. I actually found a Sega Dreamcast game, although that feels really heavy. Oh, nope, just the one disc. Sonic and Knuckles? All kinds of stuff. There's a not for resale Sonic the Hedgehog. Looks like somebody actually bought that Zappix port. Still got the golden tee though. What's that? Oh, the little ColecoVision thing. But they've gotten all kinds of stuff in since last week. They got their Monster Electronic Games.
Alright, now in one of those clips you saw my friend Eldon and I in a Goodwill. I think it was in Wadsworth, Ohio. It was when I was leaving to go to my next door and he was at lunch. So we decided we were going to hit up that Goodwill there. And you will see that I found Nuclear Strike, and I did end up buying this. And up in the front case, they had a Game Boy Advance SP, and this is the AGS 101. So this is the backlit screen, and charge it a little bit. It does in fact work. And man, I gotta say, this is so much brighter than the typical version. I was really impressed. So there is that. And then I continued on, went to Mansfield that day, and found a couple of video games in a video game store called It's About Games, I think is what it's called. Now, I did shoot some footage there. I got inside, and it was so tiny, and the guy was right on top of you at the counter, so I wasn't going to be able to film without getting caught. But I did end up grabbing, what did I grab there? I think this. Tecmo Super Bowl for my friend Cortland, as he has been whining that he can't find it anywhere for a reasonable price, and he did come across several copies at the flea market. They were all well over $10, so I picked that up for him, I believe, for $2.99. And then for myself, I got Back to the Future 2 and 3 to go with the ever-popular Back to the Future on the NES. I'm hoping that that will not be as bad as Back to the Future, but I don't really know. Then I got the retro computer stuff that I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that clip at the end, so I won't show you that yet. Then, I guess, the other clip that you'll see there, because I haven't put them together yet, the other clip that you'll see there was, oh, you know what? No, you won't see that one, because it was one of the corrupted files. Now, the one clip that you didn't get to see that I'm going to show you now, and I don't even know how many clips I'm going to have to show you because there wasn't that much to see, is of the retro computer stuff. So check this clip out right here, and then I'll come back and show you what I got.
I'm in the Volunteers of America in Mansfield, Ohio, and I just came across an Atari 130XE. One is extremely yellow. Some disk drives, power supplies. I need a cart. Couple of disk drives. Looks like a peripheral switch. Power supplies for everything. And another disk drive. And another copy of the Omega Virus, which is only the greatest game known to man, for $2.
It sort of grows on you after a while. Got kind of a metallic tang, though. I don't know that that's right. Hopefully it won't kill me. Now, in that clip, you got a pretty good look at the computer stuff. What you didn't see, because I wasn't filming, obviously, when I got up to the register, and one of the files on the camera got corrupted from this, so there's a couple other things that you don't get to see. But essentially, this stuff was all marked in brown, like crayon or something. And she wiped it off when I got to the front, so you're not going to be able to see it here. But on these pieces, it looked orange, and the color of the day was orange. So I ended up getting all this stuff for 50% off. So I got it for right about $17 or $17 and change after tax, I think it was. And then, to make matters even worse, most of the cords were plugged into this and they were marked with an X to indicate that you weren't supposed to be charged for them. However, there were a couple of power supplies that were marked at $4.91. Now, I may or may not have wiped off those prices and used a trick that was taught to me by Yell Chaos a couple weeks ago on his live stream, wrapped them around a couple of the drives so that they thought they were included. I am not going to confirm that. Neither am I going to deny it, though. So it is possible that I may have done that. and save myself, well, it would have been $5, I guess. So let me show you here what I got real quick. I got an Atari 850 like peripheral thingamajig interface. So I don't know. You can plug a whole bunch of stuff into this, and then it all plugs into your computer at the same time. So yeah, that I got a couple of the systems that I'm gonna put right here for a second. I got not one, but two Atari 1050 drives. And then I got one Atari 810 drive. And I will be completely honest with you, I have no idea what the 810 drive does. I'm assuming it plays 5 1/4 floppies, but why does it look so much different from the others? I don't know. I'm kind of a novice to the whole retro computer scene. I have several of them, but I'm not going to pretend that I know everything about the peripherals. Now, the coup de grace here were the two systems, and the first one is pretty yellow. I mean, I don't know if you can tell on the screen. Well, here, you can, because right here there is some plastic. Oops, wrong hand, dummy. There is some plastic here that is covered up with a little vinyl strip. That is the color that the whole system used to be. So that'll give you an idea of how yellow this is. The other one is very clean indeed. And I'm going to guess that this was like a later replacement system. This still has the plastic over it as well, and you can see that it's all the same color. So this system is very nice. Now, I did not immediately go and plug these in to see if they worked. I also haven't cleaned them yet, but what I did is I took this one apart and looked inside, and I recorded video of it, but the file was corrupted. It was very clean on the inside. I mean, very, very clean. There was no dust at all inside this thing. And for as old and dirty as the other stuff was, I expected it to smell musty or something. There was no smell with it either. Nothing looked to be worn out, damaged, exploded, anything like that inside. So I plugged it in, and it works. Now, this second one that was very yellow, I expected to open this up and have it be filthy inside. And it was dirtier, for sure, but it wasn't like filthy dirty. I went in and I blew it out on the inside. I still didn't clean it up on the outside yet, but I blew out the inside, looked everything over. This one looked surprisingly clean inside too, even though it was dirtier than the other one. And what I think probably happened is this came from a collector. This was probably his computer, and then he eventually got a replacement and used that one and hadn't had it for very long. Now this one does smell a little bit musty, so I'm pretty sure that, like I said, this one had been used for a number of years, and then switched to the other. But I plugged this one in, tested it, it works too. So I've got two working Atari 130XEs. I haven't tried the drives. Basically, I tested these by plugging them in, sticking a game in them, one of my cartridge games, and yeah, they work. So fantastic. Two working Atari 130XEs for $17, plus all of the drives, all of the cords, everything necessary to make it work. And the cords alone would sell for a bunch of money. So yeah, that is awesome. I don't know. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to keep both systems or whether I'm going to keep one and sell the other. I don't know. I might keep them both for parts because, you know, not really a particularly easy thing to find nowadays. So I think that's it. Is that all my pickups? Why, yes it is. I don't think I've forgotten anything. If I have, I'll just slap it into the end of the video here. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. Maybe before if I think of something else. Oh yeah, my son's collection video. That has been a royal pain in the butt. His walls are dark blue. His carpet is dark blue. It is near impossible to film in that room. I don't know how we did it the first time. The first time it worked out. This time it is not working. So, I don't know. I'm using a different camera now. Maybe that's it. It'll be up eventually. Maybe this weekend. Maybe not. I don't know. See you later. So there is a detour sign there. I don't know if you can read it, but it says 76 East Detour. There's a 76 East Detour
and I was just driving west. That doesn't make any sense to me. So they wanted me to turn around and go west on 76 to find the detour sign. I am thoroughly confused. Lost in the middle of nowhere. And you would think that I would just use my GPS to get out of this, but that radio is my GPS, and as you guys know, that radio doesn't work. The only thing it does is play video games. That doesn't really help me right now. Of course, I suppose if I get lost and have to spend the night in my car, I could always play video games. I have apparently found the town of Seville. Huh. There's the Funky Junk Boutique. Kinda want to stop there. I don't know that I want to eat somewhere that has the Purina Dog Chow symbol on their roof.